Hey, what's up? This is Reed. As you might have seen recently, we moved out of our house and we're in an apartment now as we build. And a lot of you asked for a smart apartment tour video, and I thought this would be a great time to do one because we just moved in. I set up all of my must-have devices and automations while also keeping it lean and easy to install because I'm only here for a few months. Let's go around each room and I'll show you what I'm using. Starting off first in the kitchen, it actually has decent lighting, so I wanted to still use some of it, plus add some of my own lighting as well. One of the things I put up was smart light strips on the cabinets, because how could I not? I love light strips. I think they add a lot and they're extremely easy to install. Most cabinets, like these, have a gap in between that you can have the wire go through for power. Then I just lay the light strips on top without even removing the cover for the 3M tape. Now I can dim the lights, change the warm and cool white temperature, and add some color if I want to. I'm also automating these light strips using an Echo Flex with a motion sensor. Having it on the side of the island is perfect. It doesn't take up counter space and you don't need to change the sensor batteries. I just set up a few Amazon routines to control the light strips with a motion sensor. It was up and running in a matter of minutes. We also use the Nest Hub Max on the kitchen counter as a dashboard for controlling the lights. Google has improved the dashboard on their smart displays, and I think it's much more intuitive now. I also have this smart light switch that goes on top of the existing light switch for the pendant lights. It's easy to install since you only have to remove the two outer screws of the light switch plate, which makes it a great solution if you're in an apartment. For this switch, you do need a Zigbee hub like SmartThings or the new Amazon Echo. I have mine connected to SmartThings. That way when I turn on the TV, the pendant lights turn off automatically and the light strips dim. This is a really simple automation that I set up in SmartThings, since my Samsung TV and SmartThings integrate nicely. On top of the refrigerator, I have the Wisecam V3 that is plugged into a smart outlet. I have the outlet kill power to the camera when I'm home, and when I'm away, it powers it back up. That way if someone did have access to my camera, it would just be Luna. Hours and hours of Luna. I'm using two routines to do this. I'm leaving. One is when I set my Amazon Guard to away, it also powers on the outlet.
Bye. I'll start guarding now.
When I set it to home, it turns the outlet off. I'm home.
Okay, I've stopped guarding your home.
Amazon Guard is great because it alerts me if it hears glass breaking, CO, or smoke alarms. It does this by using the microphones in the Echo devices, which is pretty cool. It also changes my lights randomly at night to make it look like I'm home. It only does this when everyone is out of the apartment because that would get annoying if you were home and the lights were changing randomly. And this is all included if you have an Echo device. There are some paid features, but for me, I'm fine with the free ones. Okay, moving on to the living room. Well, that was fast. I have the Hue gradient light strips behind the TV connected to a Hue sync box down below. That way the lights sync with the TV and my family really likes it. It's a bit pricey, so it's not for everyone, but I enjoy using it. Next to the TV, we have the Christmas tree and of course a smart outlet automating that every night. That's probably the number one use case for a smart outlet is using it with a Christmas tree. And then after Christmas is over, what do you do with it? I don't know. Put it in a drawer until next year? There's also an outdoor smart outlet turning on the lights. My wife hung up the outdoor lights this year, so that means I'll be doing it all over our entire house next year. Yeah, that seems fair. Near the Christmas tree is a new table lamp from Govee. This thing is actually really cool. You can do all these effects and my kids love it. I mainly leave it on the fire mode since we don't have a fireplace here. It works with Amazon and Google. Since Amazon routines can now trigger custom commands, I can set the Govee table lamp to the fire scene using a routine. This makes it so I can actually automate the scenes with Govee, because the scenes are not available in the Amazon routines otherwise. Since I'm in an apartment, most video doorbells and outdoor cameras are not an option. That's why I installed the Ring Peephole Cam. It can alert me if someone is at the door, if the button is pressed, or even if it senses a knock. I also get motion notifications to see when packages are dropped off. It's super easy to install and perfect for apartments, as long as your door has a peephole. Over in the corner, I have a robot vacuum, and I'm using the Roborock S6 Max V with the cameras in front to avoid objects on the ground. If you're in an apartment, this might be overkill since it is expensive. Many people have asked me about the new Wise robot vacuum that cost a lot less. I haven't tried it out personally yet, so I can't say if it's good or not, but it is the lowest priced LiDAR mapping robot vacuum I've ever seen, so it's definitely worth checking out if you're on a budget. Moving on to the master bedroom, as you can see, the fan light is very bright, which is not ideal if I'm about to go to sleep. I put a couple of smart light bulbs and floor lamps behind the nightstands. I've shown these lamps before and they're really inexpensive. I'll have links to them and everything down in the description. There are multiple ways I can control these lights. Since they're Philips Hue, I can use the Lutron Aurora switch. This thing is awesome since it just clamps onto the existing light switch, making it ideal for an apartment or anywhere really. It can turn the hue lights on and off, plus dim them. It cannot change the color, but that's not a big deal since I almost always have them set to a slightly warm color. My wife likes this switch, so I can highly recommend it. Of course, I can also control the lights with my voice, but what's even more convenient is the NFC tag on my nightstand. This will toggle my lights on and off. It's actually much faster than using a voice assistant. I also have an NFC tag to toggle the smart lights on and off in my office. If you're in an apartment, I highly recommend NFC tags because they're very inexpensive, easy to put up, and a great alternative to not having smart light switches around. I made a whole video about them, and you can go check it out after. I'm mainly using LifeX lights in here that I've had for years. They're very bright and compatible with basically every smart home system out there. You don't have to use LifeX though, there are plenty of other good options available for less money. I typically have them set to a bright white light while working during the day and a dim warm white at night. I also change the colors every once in a while to mix things up.
Whoa, what's with the lights?
I'm spicing things up.
Wow, exciting.
These are set up as scenes that I can control with my voice or the Amazon tablet on my desk. The tablet works okay, and I'll be comparing it with Google's and other dashboards soon, so keep an eye out for that. But the tablet is ideal for this setup because I can quickly see who's at the door using the Ring peephole cam. Behind the desk is the LifeX Z light strip, which I think looks really great for some biased lighting. Plus, I like that it can be multiple colors at once. I may add more smart home devices and automations as I live here, but I'm only going to be here for a few months, so I'm not going to add as much as I normally would. We're building a new house and it's really exciting. They just added drywall and it's feeling more real every single day. I know a lot of you have been asking what I recommend when building a new smart home, and I'll be making a video on that very soon, so make sure your notification bell is on. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.
Hey, have you seen the elf on the shelf? The kids say he keeps moving around at night.
I don't know, he has magic.